Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, August 18th, and I am here to do another weekly update for my post-op VSG, I guess series you would call it. I am officially 3 weeks post-op, and I just wanted to give you guys an update and talk about what I've been doing. So if that is something that you're interested in seeing, then just keep on watching. So first thing, I want to start off by saying that I am officially 37 pounds down. I lost 5 pounds between last week and this week. I am 37 pounds down total from my highest weight, so I'm really happy about that. This week I can now eat soft foods, so I have actually started eating things like scrambled eggs. I'm still doing a protein shake for lunch. The Core Power by Fairlife vanilla or chocolate are my fave. I have those for lunch, and then yesterday I actually for dinner made I guess a hamburger steak or a Salisbury steak with a little bit of mashed potatoes and some French style green beans, and I cooked those down to really soft. The green beans went down great, the mashed potatoes went down great. And I just had maybe 3 spoonfuls of mashed potatoes, and I had about this size of a hamburger steak, and I probably could eat maybe 1/3 of it. Not very much, but it was still delicious. I honestly kind of felt guilty about actually being able to eat real food. The very first thing I ate, though, we'll start with breakfast, was a scrambled egg, and honestly that was harder to eat than dinner was. I have some footage of that, so I'll put that in as we go. But yeah, I had a scrambled egg, and I'll put that in here. This was the very first soft thing that I had. Just one egg scrambled, very easy. But yeah, I had a scrambled egg, and honestly, it tasted amazing. I was so happy to be putting something real into my body, or real, I say, real food, something I could chew. It was really good. I couldn't finish the whole thing. I finished maybe about 75% of one scrambled egg. And then it went down okay, but I got full very fast. Eating food versus liquids are completely different. But it did go down okay. I just had to be very slow and kind of take it bite by bite and chew really well. And then, like I said earlier, for lunch I had a protein shake. That's been normal. And then dinner was the green beans, mashed potatoes, and the Salisbury steak, and that went down wonderfully as well. I was very shocked. I went very slow, but I felt kind of guilty, food guilt, I guess, for eating. I don't know, my mind immediately went to, what if this keeps me from losing more weight or things like that. But all in all, I think my total calorie count for the day yesterday was less than 700 calories, and wasn't all of my protein goal, but I think it was about 53 grams of protein, so that was really good. And then with the mashed potatoes, I just made some for my husband, and I made his leftovers for work so that he could have those for leftovers today. But I just took just a tiny little spoonful and put them on my plate. Also, I'm using salad plates. I'll make my husband's plate on a regular size dinner plate, but for me, I'm using a salad plate, and that seems to help. It makes my meal look bigger, I guess. But I just put a tiny little spoonful of mashed potatoes on there, and it was really good. I did, like I said, feel really guilty. I know I keep saying that, but that was something that I was not expecting to feel. I had been looking forward, obviously, to getting back to eating for like 5 weeks now, so I was very excited. But as soon as I sat down to actually eat, I was just kind of overtaken by guilt. But then I got over that and I ate, and it was delicious and it went down great. I just ate really, really slow, took really tiny bites. This was my husband's plate versus my plate. His is on a dinner plate, whereas mine is on a tiny little salad plate. Another thing that has been really, really hard for me is when I'm eating, you're not supposed to drink 30 minutes prior or 30 minutes, or you're supposed to wait until 30 minutes after you eat to drink anything, water, anything like that. And that's just because, well, from what I've read, it's one of two reasons. The first being that when you drink while you eat, you are just pretty much washing down the food out of your stomach, and so there really isn't time for your body to absorb the nutrients and things like that that it needs. And then secondly, it fights for room. Any liquid will fight for room in your new pouch, or my new pouch or sleeve as some people call it. And so if I'm drinking a lot of fluid while I'm eating, then, there's just not very much room for actual food. And I don't want to immediately wash away all the food or wash it down, make it process faster than it should, because I want to be able to get all the nutrients that I can get, because I can only eat such a small amount. Which that is kind of where vitamins come into play. Like I said last week in my last video, I am taking vitamins now. I am taking a multivitamin, chewable multivitamin with iron. I am taking B12. It is a dissolvable B12 tablet. I am taking biotin, and I am taking vitamin D3. Before my surgery, the week before, I got my blood drawn and my vitamin D was really low, and my doctor prescribed me these pills, just 5 of them. I was to take once a week to basically bring my vitamin D levels back up. And then now I do supplement with a actual vitamin supplement for D3. So that is what I'm taking currently. I also need to be taking calcium. The pills, like I said, the ones that I bought are really, really big. I just haven't been back to the store to get some more. I'm really, really scared to take them. I don't know if I could stomach that, and I also don't know if I could take a big enough drink of water to actually get the pill down. So, maybe that makes me a baby, but I really don't care. I feel like waiting another week or so to get on the calcium will be just fine with me. Some of the other vitamins that I'm taking also have calcium in them. So for now, that's what I'm doing. I do have to take them kind of staggered out throughout the day, but that is okay. I'm getting that down. I'm setting a reminder on my phone, and an alarm will go off to let me know when it's time to take that. Also, another big thing that I started yesterday, I started working out, I guess you'd say. I was very surprised at how little stamina I actually had, but I have a treadmill, so I started walking. I started with 30 minutes, and about halfway through, I was sweating. It was really bad, but I just pushed through, and I walked for 30 minutes on the treadmill, which was about 1 mile for me. I believe I had it on like 2 miles an hour, maybe 3. I was going really slow, just because I do still have my drain hole open, which I will talk about that in a minute. But I was going really slow, and I also did some arm workouts because when I hit week 3, which was yesterday, I can officially lift more than 10 pounds. So I actually have some 5-pound each little arm weights, and I just went to Pinterest and looked up some arm toning workouts and just did that for about 10 minutes probably, and then did my 30-minute treadmill little walking session, and by the end of that I was exhausted. I was dripping in sweat, and I was done. So that's what I'm doing for now as far as working out. It felt so good to be able to actually move, like get up and be around and things like that. I was really excited to be able to do that, and I was really happy that I could at least make it 30 minutes. And for some, that may not seem like a lot, but for me, who has been doing not very much, but just sitting around for the last 3 weeks, that was, that was good enough for me. So now I will talk about my drain hole. I don't know if I would call this a complication or not, but I am very much struggling with the drain hole. All my incisions are closed and, you know, almost healed up. I don't have to have anything over them except for the drain hole. It is still open, and I had some steri strips on there, and they fell off, I believe, last Thursday. And when those finally came off, let me see if I can kind of explain this, was I had a drain hole, which was a little circle where the drain tube actually was, and then there was a small incision, you know, into the same hole that they had stapled. They put staples and stitches. They stitched the drain tube in, but there was 4 or 5 staples that were keeping that half of that incision closed, and then the hole that was, you know, in that same incision that was left open from when the drain was removed. But I got those staples out at my 10-week follow-up appointment, and that other half of the incision that wasn't the actual drain hole was closed. But when the steri strips came off, part of my incision that had been closed was open back up. And that really freaked me out, honestly. And I immediately called my mom and was like, what do I do? What should I do? And she actually had some steri strips on hand, so she brought me some new ones, and I put it back over that drain hole, or that part of the drain hole that actually opened. And I left the drain hole open just like I was instructed to do by my surgeon, and that is still draining. It is still open. Some people's have closed within like 7 days. Some people have even said that theirs closed in like 3 to 4 days. I am going on day 22 after surgery, and mine is still open. It is much, much, much shallower. My surgeon said that it would heal from the inside out, so that is okay, but it is still open. It is honestly really annoying. I have to change it every day and keep it really clean. It doesn't seem infected. Now I made the mistake of going on this bariatric group that I'm in on Facebook, and I posted a picture of my drain hole, and I labeled it that it was graphic and trigger warning and all that. Everyone told me that it was infected, I was going to get sepsis, and I was going to die. So that freaked me out even more. But I called the doctor's office, and they said everything was fine. Just keep the steri strips over the little part of the incision that opened and continue to let the drain. If there was no odor, which there's not, and as long as the drainage doesn't turn like a yellow or green color, then we should be okay. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if it's just taking a long time to heal because it was just a very, very deep hole into my abdomen, or if the lack of nutrition that I have been taking in is playing a part in that or what. But I don't know if I would call that a complication, but that is the only complication that I have had so far. Other than that, I've been feeling great. I can walk around now. I can move around now with the treadmill. Everything like that has been great. And now that I'm eating, I'm very, very happy too. And water. I'm still using this cup right here to drink my water. I'm trying to drink like 2 of these a day. Sometimes that's hard to get in, but sometimes I just have to sit myself down and force myself to get the water in because I really don't want to be dehydrated. That is the #1 thing that people end up having to go back to the hospital for, is just dehydration. So that is something that I'm trying very hard to avoid. And I can tell when I haven't had quite enough water because I will get a headache, or I will just feel very, very fatigued. So I just really try and at least get 60 ounces of water in a day. It is hard sometimes, but I'm doing it. So yeah. Let me think about what else. I have a piece of paper down here with everything that I wanted to talk about, so that's why I'm looking down over here. But yeah, I'm down 37 pounds. I lost 5 pounds in 1 week. The treadmill, I'm moving around on the treadmill. My plan for that is to walk, 30 minutes Monday through Friday every day if I can, and then slowly increase that. If it takes me a couple weeks, I'm fine with that at this point. Before my surgery, I did walk, but I definitely didn't exercise like I should have. So any amount of exercise I'm very happy with. This past weekend, which I was not quite 3 weeks yet, I still took it easy. Me and my husband just had a chill weekend at home. We watched TV, we hung out together, and prepared for this week. I'm still not doing very intense cleaning. I'm still trying to avoid bending over if I can. Anything that involves bending over, like feeding and watering my dogs, my husband is doing. I did vacuum actually this weekend, and technically I was supposed to wait until like yesterday, but I did vacuum. But I have a cordless vacuum. It's very, very light. I felt confident and comfortable doing it, so I did vacuum. I do feel bad that my husband has had to do most of the housekeeping, but he has been great. But yeah, other than that, I am doing good. I seem to be handling food very well. I don't get nauseous or anything like that. And only the scrambled egg was the thing that made my stomach kind of hurt. And I honestly believe that that was just because I ate too fast. Even trying to go slow, it's just very hard to get in the habit of, slowing down, taking tiny bites. But I was a little bit, I would say, uncomfortable when I ate the scrambled egg. Just a tiny little bit, nothing unbearable. And it went away after about 10 minutes. I just sat up and, sat up straight and kind of waited for it to go down. That's really all you can do. And then when I ate dinner, I just was very, very slow and took very, very tiny bites. And I ate not even a third of my plate, which is kind of shocking to me how little food actually fills me up now. But at the same time, it's a very exciting feeling, and I am glad to feel like my surgery is working. I know in the past couple weeks I was really worried about having restriction and worried about why it felt like I could get so much fluid in and so much liquid in at a time, but actual food is much, much different than just liquids. So today, I went to my mom's house and she trimmed my hair for me. She is a hairstylist and she has a salon chair in her house and everything. So I went over there just to get a little trim, and I brought a protein shake with me because that was my lunch this morning. After I walked on the treadmill, I made myself another egg and I ate that really slow, and ate about 75% of that again. And then I brought a protein shake with me to eat while I was over there. And I was over there from about noon, or about 1 actually, like 1 p.m. until 4:30 when my husband got off work to come and pick me up from there. And I just forgot to drink it. I don't really feel hungry anymore. I can tell sometimes when I feel like I need to eat, but that really hasn't happened the last 2 days since I've been eating regular food. But yeah, I just straight up forgot. I wasn't hungry. I didn't feel like I needed to eat or anything. I knew I needed to drink the shake to get the protein in, so when I remembered, I did drink it, but I went almost the entire time I was there without even thinking about it. I got there and put it in my mom's fridge and just was like, okay, I'll drink it when I, feel ready or whatever. And then sure enough, I did not even think about it until almost 4:30 when my husband was on his way to get me. So it is also crazy to not really feel hungry and to not really want food. I think mentally I still want food. If I'm looking at Pinterest or I'm watching a YouTube video of someone else who's cooking something, I think, oh, that sounds good, or that sounds really good right now, or whatever. But as far as actually, if I am distracted, like being at my mom's, being busy, things like that, I don't think about food, which is something that is new for me, because I've always been the kind of person that, I couldn't wait for lunch, or I couldn't wait for dinner, It's something that I thought about a lot, and that was just probably part of the mental, food addiction that I have, and a lot of people who are, wanting to get this surgery or have had this surgery have. And I think that's also why I probably was feeling really guilty when it came time to actually eat real food again, because being on liquids and losing all this weight, that's a very good feeling for someone who, has a food addiction and who has been overweight and wants to lose weight and has tried for a very, very long time to lose weight. And, once it's time to change what you're doing that is, causing you to lose weight, I think that it's kind of scary, which is probably why I felt guilty, but I'm going to work through that. And as far as everything else, I feel like this will take a little while to complete this whole, mentality change of, wanting to eat, or, using food as, my favorite part of the day, or using food as an emotional crutch, because that is something I definitely did before my surgery. I don't know. It's just something that me and my mom have always said. We are emotional eaters, and I'm sure some of you can relate to that as well. When I'm sad, I don't want to go eat a salad, but, that's got to change now, and I'm ready for that change. I am really ready to see, how each week goes. I feel like I have a lot more hope and a lot more excitement about the future. I'm already looking forward to the holidays so that I can see my family, and I kind of have a little, tally going in my head of how much weight can I lose before the holidays, before I get to see all my family members, because it's just very exciting to be losing weight and getting healthier. But yeah, I really think that is it. That is all that I have to say about my 3-week post-op. If this is, something that you're thinking about doing, or something that you have had done and you're just out here looking for support, then I hope my channel can, give you some answers and help you out along your journey. I really appreciate all the support. I have had so many new subscribers since I've started posting these videos, and I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. If you are a subscriber, or you are someone who is watching my videos, it means so much to me. And knowing that I am reaching out and reaching to other people and helping other people along their journey is something that fulfills me in a way that I never knew it could. So again, thank you so very much. If you liked this video, please leave a comment down below or give me a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed, I would love to have you on my channel. I will be doing weekly updates for my VSG journey. I do plan to do some other types of videos as well. That's what I always had intended my YouTube channel to be, so I will get back to those other videos as well. But I will be doing weekly updates from my VSG journey, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, thumbs up, and please subscribe if you're not. And thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.